Hello, everyone. Hi, Maria. Nice to see you. Barbara, Kathleen. Hello, Mary Camille. How are you doing? Venerable Palmars. Oh, so you're looking so happy. Oh, we have another person coming as well. That's great. What's his name?
Diego. Can you say hi, Diego?
Hi, Diego. Welcome. Nice to see you.
You're getting big, Diego.
Yeah.
It's been a few years.
Okay, so let's start. So let's just settle into our meditation position. And we can just kind of recollect how has our day been? What have we done today since the moment we got up? I really hit home to me what Venerable Rabina said last Friday about the body and speech being the servants of the delusions. So if those servants have been wandering off, doing actions of body and speech according to our delusions, we just want to recollect those. And just remember that anything that we've done today or this week, this year, there's nothing that we've done that's so terrible that we can't purify it. It's always helpful to remember. So let's just settle quickly into our meditation posture. So check your legs, hips slightly raised, and hands in the meditation mudra. Lengthen your spine. Just let it kind of uncrinkle. You can imagine you have a string of pearls made of light. There's someone on the crown of your head very gently lengthening your spine. Make some space in between those vertebrae. Head slightly tipped forward, eyes down, tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth, and just relax the jaw. So let's just go to the crown of our head and very gently relax our scalp. And then notice from there how your face automatically starts to relax. So check your forehead, the temples, your eyes, your nose, your cheeks. Relax your ears, and your jaw area again. Relax your mouth, the neck, and your shoulders. Relax your chest and your belly, the arms, hands, fingers, legs, feet and toes. And then just check again that you've not slumped. This position just helps all the energy to flow nicely, helps us to concentrate. So we do this Vajrasattva purification in the context of the four opponent powers to remove all these negative seeds so they don't ripen as suffering in the future. So we can keep a track of our habits, keep on top of them, remove them, change them, so we can be of benefit to others. So first of all, the first of these, excuse me, four opponent powers is regret. So Lama Rinpoche says this is very powerful. It's very purifying in and of itself, just to have sincere regret. So we just think from the depths of our heart, anything that I've done to harm any living being on this day, in this life, past lives. And as I just said in the beginning, you can just bring to mind maybe a specific action of the body or the speech. We can even include, some of the self-talk that we do to ourselves. Maybe we harm ourselves with our own negative thoughts about ourselves. So maybe we could have some regret for that. Not to bash ourselves up, but just regret that maybe we could have a better way of talking to ourselves. And so just to remind ourselves the reason that we regret is based on the logic of karma. We experience everything due to our past karma, our past actions. So having harmed others, we're going to necessarily experience suffering in the future. So we don't want suffering in the future. So therefore the logic is to remove these karmic seeds before they ripen as future suffering. So we think, I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech. And then just if we have any vows that we've broken, Pradamoksha, Bodhisattva, tantric vows. Just regret that and just regret the anger and attachment and all the rest of the cause of the why we harm others. And you think, well, who can I turn to? And so here we come to the power of reliance. So we rely upon, we take refuge in a Buddha, the doctor, who has these methods that we can use to purify ourselves. So we're using his methods, Vajrasattva's methods. And there he is. So we're not asking Vajrasattva necessarily to forgive us. We're just relying upon him. So now visualize this Guru Vajrasattva on the crown of our head, about a couple of inches above our head, just floating there, facing the same direction as us. You can imagine that if you have a guru or a teacher, a lama, mentor, you can imagine this Vajrasattva is manifesting in this way. Sorry, your lama is manifesting in this way, the mind of your lama manifesting in this way for your benefit. So you can imagine this whole visualization is made of radiant, blissful, radiant light, translucent, just floating there. Vajrasattva is sitting in a cross-legged position, like the full Vajra. He's sitting on a lotus. He has this beautiful, radiant face. He's got these lotus-like eyes. He's full of love and compassion, very peaceful. He's looking at you in this very, very non-judgmental way. You can see everything about you, but he does not care. He just wants the best for you. At the same time, he's looking at you, he's looking at all sentient beings. He's got this sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell representing wisdom, and the right is holding a Vajra representing indestructibility of compassion. And they're being crossed represents the union of these two, symbolizing enlightenment itself, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So now we want to just contemplate developing compassion. So in order to do this, we will need to rely on other beings. So the very beings that we have harmed and those who have harmed us. So think particularly maybe of someone you have harmed recently and in the past, and in general, all beings we have ever harmed since beginningless time. And then remember those who have harmed you. And this can be a little bit more difficult. And if you have been the recipient of a lot of harm, just maybe think of a smaller harm that's been done to you. Just step by step. We can't do these things all at once. Try to develop compassion for these people, because the harm that they have done to you is going to necessarily become quite a lot of suffering for them in the future. And I remember talking to a friend of mine one time about one person, and this friend said to me, "Can you imagine being inside that mind?" So if somebody is ever angry to you or unkind towards you, what you're probably receiving is only a very, very small percentage of how uncomfortable it is for them inside their own skin. So this way we can develop some genuine compassion. So we just think, I must purify myself for the sake of all sentient beings. So the third opponent power is the remedy. So this is the actual medicine. This is the practice that we do to remove the negativities of the body, the speech and the mind. So the first one is the purification of the body. So just imagine Guru Vajrasattva very compassionately sending this powerful white nectar, and it's sort of from his heart, and it sort of arcs around and enters the crown of your head, pouring into your entire body, filling you up, and it keeps coming and coming, and then it forces out of the lower orifices all the harm you have ever done with your body. It's this form of inky liquid, and it pours out of you and disappears into space. And just imagine this. So any negativities of our body. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawa Siddhi Mempeyata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tathagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawa Siddhi Mempeyatsa Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tathagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawa Siddhi Mempeyatsa Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tathagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. And feel really delighted that all the harm that you ever done to any other being with your body has been completely purified, and think there is no way you could do anything but be of benefit now with your body. So purification of the speech. So now Guru Vajrasattva very happily sends this powerful nectar from his heart chakra. Again, it arcs around and enters through the crown of your head, filling your entire body, and this time forcing up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech. It overflows and it disappears into space, not one atom left. So again, as LAMA YESHE says, when you turn on the tap in the sink and you fill up a dirty glass, all the junk in the glass comes to the surface and flows out the top. So we imagine this. So you can just imagine that all the gossip, the harsh speech, and all the useless, frivolous speech, and lying and talking about people behind their backs, All this is purified by this powerful nectar filling us. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mipiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe. Now feel so happy that your speech is completely purified, and imagine that it's not possible to do anything other than benefit others with your speech. Only pure, sweet, helpful, beneficial words. So now, purification of our mind. So Guru Vajrasattva very compassionately sending this time powerful beams of white light from his heart chakra. Again, these arc around, entering our crown and filling our entire being. And just as LAMA YESHE says, just as when you turn a light on in a room, that light instantly dispels the darkness in the room. So this is the same with us. The minute the light hits our heart chakra, you just imagine that all our negativities, all our delusions of our mind, all the attachment and neediness, the anger, the violence, the depression, resentment, jealousy, bitterness, disappointment, all these instantly dispelled, not one atom left. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe. So now again, be delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of our own suffering, the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, are totally purified, gone. Now I think there's no space in your heart for anything except love and kindness and forgiveness, wisdom and bliss and compassion. So now, this is the last one, the purification of all the subtle imprints of negativity of the body, the speech and the mind. So this time imagine the Guru Vajrasattva sending light and nectar. So if you're able to focus on those three previous visualizations simultaneously, go ahead. Otherwise, we can just visualize light and nectar coming as we purify the subtle imprints of these delusions and of our actions of body and speech, negative actions. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sutta Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. So now feel we are completely purified, not one atom of negativity left in our mind streams. Even the subtlest obscurations to omniscience have been removed. So the fourth of the four opponent powers is the power of resolve. So such a crucial step. So we try here to break these habits that we have slowly, slowly, over time. Just continue to remind ourselves day by day, step by tiny step. So we try to make a determination not to harm with our body and our speech and mind again. So this is like a beacon that guides us. So as Lama Rinpoche says, everything exists on the tip of the wish. So there may be some things that it's not going to be possible really for us to sort of say, I'm never going to do this again after tonight, because we probably will. So we just find something, one or two things, maybe three things that we'd really like to work on that we know is harmful to ourselves and to others. And just sort of make a determination, a promise to ourselves, okay, I'm not going to do this for 5 minutes or 1 second or 12 hours while I'm in bed, or 8 hours or 7 hours or however many hours, or a day. So we just try and restrain ourselves. We try and refrain from allowing our body and speech to be the servants of our delusions. We don't want that. Having those servants running around doing whatever they like with our delusions. So rein them in. So just do whatever's realistic for the time being. And then we just generally make a vow to make an effort to try to avoid some of the things, some of the bad habits that we have. So this kind of constant reminder and this determination to try not to do things again that are harmful is what gives us the courage to change. So if we never remind ourselves, it's never going to happen. So now think Guru Vajrasattva is delighted with us. So he wants to merge with your mind. So he sort of melts into light and dissolves into us through the crown. So imagine this, filling us with this blissful, radiant light. And think my Guru's body, speech and mind, Vajrasattva's body, speech and mind, and my own body, speech and mind are the same thing. And so now, as Lama Rinpoche recommends, Meditate on the emptiness of the three circles. In emptiness, there is no I, creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma, and there is no negative karma created. So at whatever level we understand emptiness, we just place our mind there for a moment, remembering all phenomena are as empty, not existing from their own side. We just remember that things don't necessarily exist the way we perceive them. And sometimes that's just enough to break the habit that we have of seeing things as concrete and fixed. So now we dedicate the merit from this evening's meditation. Gone like a dream, so fast. So all the positive energy we've created, we think, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. So if anybody you know today who is suffering, who's sick, has some problems, dedicate for them as well. Also for your own future, our own future enlightenment. So let's just do the four immeasurable thoughts. Immeasurable equanimity. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were to abide in equanimity, free from the closeness of attachment and the distance of hatred. May they abide in equanimity. I myself will cause them to abide in equanimity. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. Immeasurable loving kindness. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were to achieve Buddhahood. May they achieve Buddhahood. I myself will cause them to achieve Buddhahood. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. Immeasurable compassion. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were free from the suffering and the causes of suffering. May they be free from suffering and its causes. I myself will cause them to be free from suffering and its causes. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. And immeasurable joyfulness. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were never separated from the happiness of higher rebirth and liberation. May they never be separated from these. I myself will cause them never to be separated from these. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. So let's just do one of our dedication prayers. As a result of the 3 times merits of myself and others, may bodhicitta, from which the happiness of all sentient beings comes, be generated in the minds of self and other sentient beings without delay, even for 1 second, and that which has been generated, may it increase. And then His Holiness's long life prayer. The wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. And Lama Rinpoche, you who uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjanos' victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplishes magnificent prayers, honouring the 3 jewels, saviour of myself and others, your disciples, please, please live long. Lama Ursel, Venerable One, to you whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors, for those wanderers in far-off places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us in intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request, O Lama, please, please live long. Gosh, it goes so fast, doesn't it? Thank you, everybody. So lovely to see you all. Thank you, Mary Camille. Good night, everyone. Sleep well. And
Thank you,
oh,
Venerable
except for
Katie.
Afisha, who's probably having breakfast now. Don't you go to sleep, Afisha. All right, everyone. Good night. Thank you so much. And I'll see some of you maybe Thursday morning. Okay.